Unexpected allies in the Grand Assembly of the Galactic Council, a video flickers to life, casting light on a human, Jason Crawford, as he engages in what appears to be a death-defying act of friendship. He's seen cuddling a snarling Arcturian razor fang, treating the fearsome creature with affection as if it were a mere house pet. The council members, representatives of various alien species, watch in disbelief. The razor fang, known for its deadly venom and formidable strength, is an apex predator from a hostile planet. Yet here it is, gently responding to Jason's playful gestures. The scene is juxtaposed against the Council's preconceived notions of humanity and the natural order, sparking a debate filled with fear, awe, and scientific curiosity. As Jason chuckles and wrestles with the massive predator, his lack of fear starkly contrasts with the escalating tension in the council chamber. Ambassador Lei, from the Hanar species, denounces the act as an abomination, fearing the implications of humans domesticating such lethal creatures. High Counselor Missar, an experienced Heron diplomat, bangs his fist, demanding order, his eyes narrowing in concern as he proposes a sobering thought. What if humans could harness the power of the galaxy's most deadly beasts? This revelation cuts to a montage of other similar interactions. A teenage girl fearlessly feeding a Zorian flesh render, a human family joyously engaging with an acid-spitting Vorian hellhound, and an old woman nonchalantly strolling through a swarm of lethal Carthan blood. Wasps. The council is left in a heavy hush, the implications dawning on them. Humanity's peculiar ability to bond with creatures could potentially upend the power dynamics of the galaxy. Fearing the unknown, General Orion suggests a drastic measure, a preemptive strike on Earth to prevent any potential threat. However, Missar, believing in a more measured approach, suggests sending a covert delegation to Earth to assess humans' capabilities and intentions. The suggestion is met with reluctant agreement, and as the Council votes, an uneasy silence ensues. Many Council members exchange worried glances, pondering the enigmatic nature of humanity's power over creatures that should, by all accounts, be uncontrollable. As the Council's decision is made, the narrative shifts to Earth, where the delegation is preparing to land. Ambassador Jara, filled with a mix of trepidation and curiosity, looks out at the blue-green planet below. Her mission is clear yet daunting, to uncover the secrets behind humanity's mystifying ability to bond with the galaxy's most formidable predators. What they discover could forever alter the interstellar balance of power, for better or worse. The shuttle descends towards a sprawling wildlife preserve, and there, waiting to greet them, is Jason Crawford, his demeanor cheerful and welcoming. Beside him stands the massive razor fang from the video, its tail swaying languidly. As Jara and her team disembark, Jason approaches with a grin, introducing them to the creature he calls Ripper. Despite their initial apprehension, the delegates are quickly drawn into a world where humans and terrifying beasts live in unexpected harmony. Over the following days, the delegation travels across Earth, witnessing more astonishing examples of human-animal bonds. From the jungle moon of Zephyria, where Sarah Nakamura commands a pack of warhounds to rescue lost hikers, to the arid deserts of Orcs, where Melvav collects venom from a docile sand scorpion for medicinal purposes, each instance challenges their understanding of nature and humanity's place within it. Yet, as they observe, a growing unease takes root. Back on their home planets, political pressures mount. General Z's inflammatory rhetoric gains traction, painting humanity as a looming threat that must be contained. As Jara sends her reports, advocating for a balanced view, she feels the weight of her responsibility. The delegation's findings could either pave the way for unprecedented interstellar cooperation or lead to isolation and conflict. The part concludes with Jara pondering the implications of their discoveries. She realizes that the galaxy stands on the cusp of a new era, one where humans and their beast allies could either be seen as a formidable force for good or a threat that needs to be eradicated. As the delegation prepares to return to the Galactic Council, Jara knows that the decisions made in the coming days will shape the future of the galaxy, and humanity's unique gifts will be at the center of it all. The unveiling of Earth's guardians as the delegation's shuttle lifts off from Earth's surface, the memories of their encounters swirl in Ambassador Jara's mind. The delegation had been introduced to an astonishing array of Earth's creatures, each interaction carefully orchestrated to demonstrate the peaceful and beneficial bonds humans formed with these formidable beings. However, as the shuttle ascends through the atmosphere, Jara's thoughts are troubled by the potential repercussions of their report to the Galactic Council. Back at the Galactic Council, the atmosphere is charged with tension. The delegates gather, bracing themselves for the controversial presentation of Earth's findings. Ambassador Jara steps up to the podium, her voice steady despite the palpable unease in the room. She begins by recounting the delegation's experiences, highlighting humanity's unique ability to foster bonds with species considered apex predators on other worlds. Her report is met with mixed reactions. Awe, skepticism, and fear ripple through the chamber. As Jara presents video evidence of humans interacting peacefully with creatures like the Razor Fang and the Zorian Flesh Render, a heated debate ensues among the council members. Some view these capabilities as a potential threat, arguing that such power could be weaponized. Others, influenced by Jara's compelling presentation, start to see humans as potential allies capable of bringing new strategies to the galaxy's ecological and security challenges. The turning point comes when Dr. KAC, part of the Earth delegation, presents his scientific analysis. He explains the neurological and biochemical bonds formed between humans and these creatures, suggesting that these relationships are based on mutual trust and respect, not domination. His findings, accompanied by neural imaging and hormonal studies, provide a scientific basis for the delegation's observations, swaying more members towards a favorable view of humanity. However, General Z, representing a faction still deeply wary of humans, calls for immediate restrictive actions against Earth. He argues that allowing humans to continue their practices unchecked could lead to a shift in galactic power dynamics that might endanger other civilizations. His fear-mongering finds some support, but the seeds of doubt have been planted by Jara's thorough reporting and Dr. KAC's scientific evidence. In a strategic move, Jara proposes a controlled integration of human delegates into the Galactic Council's various committees, suggesting that by working together on environmental and security issues, the galaxy could better harness humanity's capabilities for the common good. This proposal is met with cautious interest, and a committee is formed to explore the implications further. As the session adjourns, Jara feels a cautious optimism. The Council's reaction was more positive than she had anticipated, but the road ahead is fraught with political maneuvering and deep-seated fears. She knows that the coming months will be crucial in shaping the galaxy's relationship with Earth. The part concludes with Jara returning to her quarters, reflecting on the day's events. She is hopeful yet realistic about the challenges ahead. Her communicator beeps with a message from Earth, Jason Crawford, expressing his gratitude for her representation and reporting promising developments in human-animal cooperation projects. Jara smiles, reassured that despite the hurdles, there is a path forward. She prepares for the next day, determined to continue advocating for a future where humanity and the galaxy at large can share their strengths and face their challenges together. The trial of integration as the new day dawns at the Galactic Council. The debate over humanity's integration takes a more structured form. Ambassador Jara, now a key figure in the discourse, prepares to navigate the intricate politics of the Council. The committee formed to assess the integration of humans has its first meeting, and the stakes are high. Each member represents different sectors of the galaxy, each with their concerns and biases. During the committee's inaugural session, representatives express their fears and hopes. Some argue that humanity's ability to connect with dangerous species could be leveraged to stabilize volatile ecosystems on frontier worlds, potentially turning barren planets into habitable spaces. Others worry about the implications of such power, questioning the ethics and safety of altering ecological balances. Jara, alongside Dr. KAC and a newly appointed human delegate, Professor Lena Mirov, presents a detailed plan for a pilot project. The project proposes a partnership between human specialists and alien teams to rehabilitate a dying planet. The objective is clear: demonstrate humanity's capabilities as a force for ecological restoration, not just for domestication and control of apex predators. The proposal is met with intense scrutiny. Detailed simulations and ecological models are discussed, with Professor Mirov explaining the scientific underpinnings and projected outcomes. The committee agrees to a provisional go-ahead, setting strict oversight protocols and clear benchmarks to assess the project's impact on the planet's recovery. Meanwhile, outside the committee rooms, public opinion across the galaxy starts to shift. News of the proposed project spreads, sparking debates on various communication platforms. The galactic media, ever hungry for a story, spins narratives ranging from hopeful to dystopian. Jara monitors these discussions closely, aware that public sentiment could sway the Council's final decision. Back on Earth, Jason Crawford organizes a summit to demonstrate humanity's methods and intentions. Invitations are sent to diplomats, scientists, and media from across the galaxy. The summit showcases various rehabilitation projects on Earth, where once endangered species now thrive under human care. These examples serve to underline humanity's commitment to conservation and mutual benefit. As the summit unfolds, live feeds are broadcast to the Council and its constituents, offering a transparent look at Earth's environmental stewardship. Crawford, speaking at the summit, emphasizes that the power to connect with other species comes with great responsibility. He assures the galaxy that Earth seeks collaboration, not conquest. The Council Committee reconvenes, influenced by the positive reception of the summit. Deliberations continue, with Jara and her team providing continuous updates and data. The pilot project on the dying planet begins, with the galaxy watching. Initial results are promising, ecological indicators improve, and the project receives cautious praise. As Part 3 concludes, Jara reflects on the progress made. She knows that each step forward solidifies humanity's place in the galactic community, but remains aware that the path ahead is complex and fraught with challenges. However, the initial successes provide a beacon of hope, suggesting that unity and cooperation might lead to a prosperous future for all. Bridging Worlds Ambassador Jara starts her day with an urgent communiqué from the dying planet's rehabilitation project. The initial success has accelerated into a burgeoning hope, but with rapid progress comes a slew of new challenges. The project team, a mix of human and alien experts, faces difficulties with some alien flora reacting unpredictably to terraforming efforts. This requires immediate attention to prevent ecological backfire, emphasizing the delicate balance of such interventions. Back at the Galactic Council, debates intensify as the project's outcomes are scrutinized. Skeptics point to the unexpected reactions as evidence of humanity's hubris, arguing that even well-intentioned actions can lead to disastrous consequences. Supporters, however, applaud the quick response of the team, highlighting the adaptive strategies and collaborative spirit that mitigate risks and foster real-time problem-solving. Jara, steadfast in her commitment, organizes a series of workshops and interactive sessions between Earth's ecological experts and skeptical council members. These sessions are designed to demystify human methods and showcase the rigorous scientific and ethical standards employed in all human-led ecological projects. The workshops are well received, with several delegates expressing a newfound appreciation for humanity's nuanced approach to ecological stewardship. Meanwhile, on Earth, Professor Mirov leads a delegation of alien scientists on a tour of restored ecosystems, once on the brink of collapse, now thriving under human care. The visitors are particularly impressed by the revival of the coral reefs, achieved through a combination of genetic restoration, pollution control, and species reintroduction. This tangible success story becomes a key exhibit in the ongoing council deliberations, serving as a model for potential galaxy-wide applications. As the pilot project on the dying planet continues to yield positive results, media coverage expands, reaching corners of the galaxy previously indifferent to council affairs. This widespread attention stirs public interest and support, culminating in a significant petition campaign advocating for more extensive collaborations with Earth. The campaign gathers millions of signatures, underscoring a shifting galactic perspective towards humanity's role as an ecological ally. Inspired by the growing support, Jara proposes the establishment of a multi-species ecological task force endorsed by the Galactic Council to oversee and expand such projects across the galaxy. The proposal includes a detailed governance structure, funding mechanisms, and participation criteria, ensuring transparency and equal representation from all Council species. The Council votes to establish the task force, with a significant majority in favor. This victory marks a pivotal moment in humanity's integration into the galactic community. Jara, addressing the Council, emphasizes that this is not just a win for humanity, but for all species who envision a collaborative and sustainable future. As Part 4 concludes, the newly formed task force prepares for its inaugural mission to replicate the success of the Dying Planets project on other worlds facing ecological crises. The galaxy watches with bated breath, hopeful that this new chapter will lead to a legacy of restoration and peace, bridging worlds through shared goals and mutual respect. The verdant triumph in this installment of our saga, the task force's efforts begin to bear fruit, quite literally. The barren planet, once a dusty wasteland, starts to show signs of transformation. The initial growth of the alien plant species designed to enrich the soil has not only taken root but begun to thrive. The careful selection and genetic modifications made by the task force ensure these plants contribute positively to the ecosystem without becoming invasive. As vegetation spreads, it brings a cascade of changes. The atmosphere starts to show increased levels of oxygen and nitrogen, creating a more breathable environment that could one day support a wider range of life forms. The task force monitors these developments through a network of satellites and ground sensors, analyzing data in real time to ensure the ecosystem's stability. Professor Mirov's simulation models prove invaluable, predicting various ecological outcomes with high accuracy. This allows the task force to make informed decisions about which species to introduce next, optimizing the timing and location to foster symbiotic relationships between plant and microbial life. The success on the ground inspires a wave of support from across the galaxy. Funding increases, as do offers of assistance from environmental scientists and terraforming experts from many different worlds. A conference is convened on Earth, bringing together minds from across the galaxy to discuss the project and plan future endeavors. Ambassador Jara, ever the diplomat, uses this opportunity to bridge cultural and scientific divides. The conference features workshops and panels not only on terraforming but also on ethical considerations, the sharing of technology, and the protection of native species. These discussions help establish a set of galactic environmental guidelines that will inform all future terraforming projects. Meanwhile, on the revitalized planet, the task force introduces the first animal species, a mix of insects and small vertebrates that play crucial roles in pollination and the food chain. These creatures adapt well to their new environment, and their successful integration marks a pivotal moment in the planet's ecological revival. Public interest in the project reaches new heights. Documentaries detailing the terraforming process and the collaboration between different species become educational staples. Virtual reality tours of the planet allow people from across the galaxy to witness the transformation without impacting the burgeoning ecosystem. As Part 6 concludes, the planet not only blooms with life, but also becomes a symbol of what can be achieved when diverse civilizations unite for a common cause. The success lays the groundwork for a final push to establish a self-sustaining, biodiverse ecosystem. Harmony's horizon as we reach the conclusion of our epic story. The once barren planet has transformed into a vibrant ecosystem, teeming with life and promise. The collaborative efforts of the Intergalactic Task Force have culminated in a world that is not only self-sustaining, but also a testament to the power of unity and scientific ingenuity. The final phase of the project involves the introduction of larger animal species, carefully selected to maintain the balance of the burgeoning ecosystem. These include herbivores that will manage the growth of the flora and predators to keep the herbivore populations in check, ensuring that no single species dominates the new world. This delicate balance is constantly monitored using advanced AI systems that can predict ecological shifts and suggest interventions if needed. As the ecosystem stabilizes, the task force sets up permanent research stations on the planet. These are not only meant to monitor the environment, but also serve as educational hubs where students and researchers from across the galaxy can study conservation techniques and the effects of terraforming firsthand. Ambassador Jara, reflecting on the journey, organizes a galactic summit to celebrate the project's success. Leaders and scientists from multiple species gather to share their knowledge and discuss the future of interstellar environmental management. The summit is a melting pot of ideas, with talks ranging from the ethical implications of terraforming to strategies for preserving natural habitats in the galaxy. In her keynote speech, Ambassador Jara highlights the importance of the newly established environmental protocols, which have been adopted by various planetary governments. She emphasizes the project's role in fostering a deeper understanding and respect for the natural world, calling it a blueprint for future cooperation. The documentary series covering the project wins several awards, sparking a global interest in ecology and conservation. Schools across the galaxy incorporate lessons from the project into their curricula, inspiring a new generation of environmentalists. The story concludes with a grand ceremony on the transformed planet, now officially named Harmony. A monument is unveiled, depicting hands of different species holding the planet, symbolizing their joint effort. The ceremony is broadcast live across the galaxy, with millions witnessing the unveiling and the celebratory messages from various leaders. As the delegates leave, the camera pans over the lush landscapes of Harmony, where diverse species roam freely among the rich greenery. The narration, hopeful and inspiring, speaks of a future where such transformations are not just isolated projects, but parts of a galaxy-wide movement towards sustainability and respect for life in all its forms. Seeds of change in the months following the grand unveiling of Harmony, the world rapidly becomes a symbol of hope and the pinnacle of successful interstellar collaboration. Schools and universities across the galaxy begin to organize field trips and exchange programs, allowing students to witness the flourishing ecosystems firsthand and participate in ongoing research and conservation efforts. A new initiative, dubbed the Harmony Grants, is launched by a coalition of intergalactic environmental organizations. These grants are aimed at funding similar terraforming and conservation projects across the galaxy, focusing on worlds that have been devastated by industrial exploitation or natural disasters. Each project is carefully tailored to the unique environmental needs of the planet, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. Back on Harmony, the first interstellar environmental conference is held, drawing experts, activists, and policymakers from countless worlds. The conference becomes an annual event, growing each year in size and scope. It serves as a forum for discussing innovative technologies in the field of ecological restoration, debating policy changes, and sharing successful case studies. The cultural impact of Harmony extends beyond academia and environmental circles. Artists and filmmakers are drawn to the planet's stunning landscapes and diverse wildlife, leading to a renaissance in nature-inspired art and media. A popular virtual reality experience is created, allowing people who cannot travel to Harmony to explore its environments and learn about its species and ecosystems from the comfort of their homes. Meanwhile, Ambassador Jara is nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for her role in the Harmony Project and her continued efforts in promoting galactic peace and environmental stewardship. Her work inspires a new generation of diplomats who see environmental diplomacy as a cornerstone of interstellar relations. Reflections on a Galaxy. Transformed, the story of Harmony is not just about the transformation of a world, but about the profound changes in a society that recognizes the value of its natural resources and the power of cooperative effort. It serves as a reminder of what can be achieved when diverse species unite with a common goal. As we close this chapter, the universe watches eagerly as new projects inspired by harmony take root, each carrying the hope of transforming desolate planets into bastions of life and diversity. The legacy of harmony continues to unfold, promising a brighter, greener future for all.